Shgurr, everybody, and thank you for joining me for another reaction. And today we're going to be reacting to another Shgurr video. Is that how you say your name? Shgurr? I think it is. Anyways, it's about a blood drive, and well, the thing is, I have an interesting story about blood in particular, but let's just react to her blood drive, and hopefully she did not get stuck with the terrible consequences that I had to go through when it comes to needles and blood.
The month of spooks and blood, so I thought I should share a silly bloody tale of mine. One day in college, a sign-up sheet for donating blood was passed around. I had never participated in the blood drive before.
I've only participated in one, and then I was kicked out because I forged my parents' signature when I was like 17.
With the same blood type, I figured I should donate. If anything happened to them, I'd want them to get the care they needed. And I'm sure they would do the same for me.
Are these really all his siblings?
That's highly debatable.
As I was saying, I found the blood drive site and it got.
See, we don't have that. We have like a trailer that they have to do it in.
Oh right. I forgot I was one of those people where it's almost impossible to locate my veins. They're just so freaking small. Runs in the family. Doctors usually have to prod around until they find one. This one time a nurse tried to find one for like 10 minutes and then just decided to stab my hand instead. I usually have to tell them to use what's called a butterfly needle. It's a very thin needle.
I think they have to do that on me too.
And it has these little flaps that make it look like a butterfly. However, you can't use one when donating blood because it would just take way too long. The nurse poked around for a little bit and finally got the needle in. He was very apologetic though, because I would get a little bruise from him poking around in my arm, but I assured him it would be fine. I was donating blood, so this would count as a battle scar. I was just happy to donate something useful. He chuckled and said, well, that's a good way to think of it. As I sat there waiting for the bag to fill, he decided to go on break and have a different nurse take over. The bag was about 3/4 full when all of a sudden the blood stopped flowing. The new nurse came over and attempted to start it again. She was very quick to pull the needle out of my arm. It was already a hassle to get it in there in the first place, so I wasn't looking forward to a second time. You know what you're doing, right?
Oh god, when they say stuff like that, I'm just like, yeah.
Are you sure about that?
She stuck the needle back in my arm and started moving it side to side, trying to find a vein. The deeper she shoved the needle in, the more my arm hurt.
No, she doesn't. Stop alarms.
I was studying nursing in college, so blood and needles don't really bother me. However, the feeling and sight of her jabbing a needle in my arm was becoming unbearable to watch. That kind of hurts. I was trying to keep my composure until I started getting dizzy. My face went pale and I started to pass out. The other people working noticed and ran over. They laid me down and started asking me questions to make sure I wouldn't pass out. After the second question, I was unable to muster enough strength to even speak. I was so tired. I was just ready to die. Like those times where you get a sharp pain in your abdomen and think, this is it. And then a few minutes go by and you're like, oh. I was ready for the sweet release of death when one of the nurses shoved a bendy straw in my mouth. They force-fed me apple juice, and after a few minutes, I was able to come back. When the original doctor saw what happened, he freaked out. Because I didn't completely fill the bag, they didn't even know if they could use it. All I got out of it was a bag of Cheez-Its and a huge bruise covering most of my arm. I hope you guys like this silly, sad tale. But anyway, donating blood is important. If you can, I highly suggest doing it. It helps save so many lives. So please donate whenever you can in your community.
So, when I told you about the forgery thing, I didn't think it would be a big deal, but apparently it was. So when they take out your blood, they ask you if you want an ID card that says your specific type of blood after they find it. So I said yes, because I was really curious. And I turned out to be really, really rare. I think I'm AB, a positive, negative, I forgot. And only 1% of the people of the planet have it, 1% or 3%. So I was ecstatic, but then I found out that people that have my type of blood are not really requested because I can only give my blood to people that have my blood, I think. And so so last time when I went in my college, they said that it wouldn't have helped at all. and I'd been waiting in line, and they still gave me a t-shirt and a cookie and stuff. Then they said that my plasma cells can actually help people who have cancer cells or something like that. But because my veins are really, really, really hard to find, it wasn't going to work out. So that didn't help either. And then this other time, I was really faint for some reason, and they had to put an IV on me. And again, my veins are really hard to find. So the nurse spent all her time on this arm, and she kept poking. So like my whole arm was littered in purple spots before she finally did it in this arm, and she finally got it in, and finally the IV was in. But it was a miserable experience on my behalf. So that sucks, because I know how she feels. So anyways, if you can donate blood, do donate blood. If you can donate plasma, donate plasma. And make sure your nurse knows what she's doing, alright? I'll see all you strange, beautiful people in the next video. Bye, guys.